I haven't seen you since the last scrimmage. Just take us through what went on Saturday and what you liked, what you didn't like.
Last Saturday there, we had a lot of good things happen. I think the beginning of the scrimmage there, offense scored on the first drive, 25-yard touchdown run by DJ, and then got down on 1 yard line. And the next play actually ended up fumbling the offense, so defense got a turnover. And then after that, pretty much was shut down. Defense shut them down pretty much the whole rest of the way. And so a good sense from the defensive perspective, obviously not very good from an offensive perspective. Came out and did some things well, but then didn't finish in a good way. So I think we had 3 out of 5 field goals made, had a 62-yarder, had a 52-yarder by John. Made a 42-yard field goal. I think he missed a 55, and I think it may have been a 46 or something like that. So 3 out of 5 there field goals. So there were some good things there. Trey Turner did a great job there. He averaged 46 yards on punts. Had 4 punts. Had averaged about I think it was a 4.0 hang time. So there's some good things that happened throughout the scrimmage. We had a lot of young guys, got a lot of opportunities to showcase their skills and do all those things of that nature. And so we're trying to decide here a little bit what we're going to do as far as redshirting and who's not going to redshirt and all those kind of things. So those decisions hadn't been totally made yet. We're leaning more toward that, but we'll hopefully hear by the end of this week. Going into next week, we'll have definitely come to a conclusion, at least going into the first ball game. Maybe a handful of guys that's for sure going to play, true freshmen that are going to play this year.
62-yarder, was that live?
Yeah, we had a live rush, live kick, and everything of that nature. So it was an outstanding kick. It probably would have been about a 66, 68 yard, maybe 4 or 5 more yards he had left on it.
Are there any guys this year that you've put on scholarship that were not on scholarship last year?
I know I'm going to leave somebody out, but jumping out at my Jordan Williams was not on, that is on now. Seems like there's one more guy. I can't think of his name, think of the person right now. But there's been 1 or 2 guys that have been on it, but Jordan Williams I know definitely has been put on that wasn't on last year. So that's still some evaluation that's going on there as far as that goes. Not to say for sure we will, but we'll make that finalization definitely by Monday before school starts when I make the final decision if I'm going to add any more people.
It seems like you have a ton of these walk-on guys now, more so than in the past. I've noticed on the roster guys that weren't there in the spring that have come on. How's that walk-on program kind of evolved here?
Well, I think it's a great opportunity here. We're blessed being at a private school and still having people that want to come out and play the game of football and have experience. That's always helpful. Obviously, through the history of myself, been a part of University of Nebraska, I've seen that value of having walk-ons and being able to play in there, becoming very productive in your program. So I'm all for that. We have a tryout coming up here on next Saturday. A week from this Saturday, we'll have another tryout for people to come out, and so we'll have opportunities for there'll be another handful of people I'm sure we'll let out, and maybe a year or 2 years from now that they may be helping us in our program.
Do you think of the guys that you've seen in an open tryout like that wound up becoming a productive player at some point down the road?
Well, I think the obvious guy is John Burgess. He came out in the tryout deal. We actually cut him. And he came back, and we didn't necessarily going to keep him on, and so he is probably as good an example as anybody. Again, he went all the way from a guy that we didn't want to a guy that's a potential All-American, and obviously been already all-conference, been a captain, and all those things. So he's as good of an example as you can get.
What's the grind been like now, 2 weeks or so into practice? Things getting chippy a little bit, but how do you kind of combat that to kind of keep the guys focused?
I'm a coach, so I don't mind them doing some talking as long as they don't get out of control and those things. We haven't had anything serious issues of that nature. It's been, I think, well done by our coaching staff and our captains, our leadership, our players. Again, those guys know it's all about the team, and we're all going to get better. And every now and then there might be some things that, quite borderline, but nothing definitely has not gotten out of control.
With a guy like Zach Parker, he was a guy that had packages in for him last year but wasn't really a full-time guy. I mean, what have you seen that gives you confidence that he's ready to make that step to being a full-time guy that's going to be on the field all the time?
Well, I think you can think of I'm hoping he gets to the magnitude of what I'm getting ready to state here as far as the first year we had Darren Peterson. Periodically he played. And then the second year, played a lot and was very, very productive. So I anticipate and hoping that Zach Parker can be that similar situation in his second year. Again, experience playing the whole year in the next level of game as far as high school, going into college and playing it's you always see a lot of difference after guys played 1 year. And so we're hoping to see that here at Zach Parker, that he's going to be a very productive player for us.
Did that year off too really kind of take him a little time to reestablish himself too?
Yeah, I think, being a year not in a program, not running plays. I mean, I know people work out and they practice and do all those things, but it's still not the same as being in the program and really running the offense in this case and all that. So that did set him back a little bit. But, again, he'll be ready to go and ready to play, and I anticipate him to have a great season.
I guess the word's out that Coastal game has been moved to Thursday and a national TV platform now. I mean, what's kind of your reaction to that?
Well, I'm excited for our fans. That's the first thing that comes to my mind is that's a great thing for our fans, to showcase us across the country. A home game, that's what even makes it more exciting is our fans, I know, will do a great job of support. They've always done a great job. I think the situation of now having a national televised game here on our home field, I know we'll be fired up, and then it times up pretty good of, possibly then that last game of the regular season where you have really the Thanksgiving break that comes up on that Saturday, and then having it during the week, then it's going to be a great support for us. So I'm excited for our fans. Our players will be excited too, as far as being able to play on national TV and all that. And you're playing Coastal again. We're always going to be ready. They're going to be ready for us. So it's a great opportunity for our conference. And I think I said I'm just thankful and blessed, and thank the Lord for giving us this opportunity to be on national TV here at the end of the season.
Coach, you talked about some of the guys you might redshirt, you may not redshirt. What about the depth chart? Nobody specifically, but when does it start to iron itself out?
End of this Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, we'll definitely have that opportunity where we'll have the depth chart at that point in time. Again, things can still change in a week, but we'll definitely know who we're going to redshirt and who we're not going to redshirt as far as that goes, and then we'll go from there.